Blessed evening to you all. And it's my honor to come in front of you today to launch this inaugural episode of The Immigration Moses. Let me walk you through a little bit of my background. Right. After the Army, I worked for the Department of Homeland Security. So I started as an adjudicator, working on cases, interviewing people, and giving green cards and citizenships and so forth. Moved up the ranks from an adjudicator all the way up to unit chief here in Washington, D.C. After long thought and consideration, I decided to venture out because the need is tremendous. People need to know how to be able to navigate this immigration process and to do it legally without fear. And having knowledge of how the immigration system works, both from a USCIS perspective and from an ICE perspective, I can tell you exactly what pitfalls to avoid, guide you through avoiding those pitfalls, and help you navigate the system towards your legal immigration status in the US. The key that differentiates me from a lot of attorneys out there is a lot of attorneys might know immigration law, but they don't understand how the system truly works when it comes to immigration matters, how cases are adjudicated, the timeline when officers actually work on cases and how they move those cases. So that inside knowledge helps me now to solve a lot of your problems, take out all the anxiety you may have, the fears and uncertainties that might be in your journey. And that helps me to be able to not just walk you through the legal process of getting legal status in the US, but also solve some of the problems that come with the uncertainty of knowing what is happening to your case, how long it might take, and all those other nuances that go into the immigration system. One of the things that I would like to discuss with you in this podcast, the first item would be helping you demystify the immigration system. And that stems from what I was discussing earlier, the uncertainty. It lets people start thinking and fabricating stuff and telling you all kinds of different crazy things that happen in the immigration system. One thing that is for certain is your case is not the same as another person's case. You guys might follow the same path. Let's say you're doing a family petition, right? Let's say your sibling or your spouse petitions for you. How your case is adjudicated is completely different than what another person's case would be adjudicated because officers are granted discretion in how they adjudicate cases. That is key. And that's one thing a lot of people where somebody might come and tell you that, oh, my case took 2 months to get adjudicated. And then your case has been sitting there for almost a year or a year plus, and you're getting frustrated, failing to understand that each case is completely different and the facts that go into each case are completely different. But what makes you least stressed when you go through this process is when you work with me, the first thing and the only thing I'll ask you is the truth. You have to tell me the truth. And what that does is it gives me a guideline on what steps I need to take to mitigate some of the things that might have been caused by your immigration history or some of the things that I anticipate coming up as a result of the facts that you've presented to me. And another thing I want you to understand is the immigration system is a comprehensive. A lot of people think you go to the embassy in a foreign country, the information you tell them at the embassy follows you wherever you go. So whatever you tell the people at the embassy follows you to when you come and you're getting adjudicated through USCIS and all those other agencies here in the US. Given my extensive background, not just in adjudicating cases, but also working on the civilian side through my business, Diaspora Asset Management, my extensive background has put me in a position to provide you with all the necessary content you need for immigration. I can walk you through different visa classifications, types of petitions and applications. If you need additional one-on-one services, I'll be happy to provide those at a discounted price, of course. I would also work with being able to facilitate your journey throughout all your immigration interactions and help you stay off of that ICE chopping block. I'm thrilled to be here sharing this space with you. I want to dive into aspects that might help you better understand the immigration system and how you'll be able to navigate it seamlessly. As your immigration Moses, my goal is to help you walk through this immigration chasm, the challenges you face, the pitfalls, all those difficulties, and take you to the promised land to secure your legal status in the US. Throughout my career, I've had the privilege of seeing firsthand how the immigration system works, the successes, the challenges, and everything in between. And like I told you, my goal with this Immigration Moses podcast is to break down these complexities and help you better understand how the system works. So whether you're going through the process yourself, helping a loved one, or just curious, you'll have a clearer picture of what's involved. So I started my career with USCIS over a decade ago, beginning in roles that gave me a unique window into the very human side of immigration. People arriving with dreams, seeking new opportunities, trying to unite with families, looking for career opportunities and growth. Rising through the ranks in the immigration system, I took on different responsibilities that include not just processing applications, but also shaping policies and leading teams who worked every day to make the system more accessible and fair. That is something we desperately need at a time right now where it seems as if immigrants are under attack. I decided to venture into this social media platform at this specific time because it's the right moment for me to help you and take out as much stress and undue hardship as I can to provide you with clarity in the process and help you navigate the journey more seamlessly. In this initial episode, what I would like to do is not just provide you with an overview of the entire system, because I know how easy it is for someone to feel overwhelmed dealing with all these different forms and agencies and rules, but I also want to be able to provide you with a lot of clarity so you better understand the system. The immigration system is composed of multiple agencies, each playing a unique role, where we have USCIS, where most people start when applying for a visa, a green card, or citizenship, is the agency responsible for processing applications and ensuring that each case meets the criteria set out by as I stated, the immigration system is composed of multiple agencies, each playing a unique role. USCIS is where most people start when applying for a visa, green card, or citizenship. It's the agency responsible for processing applications and ensuring that each case meets the criteria set out by law. Then we have U.S. Customs and Border Protection, which manages who comes in and out of the country. They're often the first point of contact for someone arriving at an airport or a border crossing. Another important player in an immigration journey is Immigration and Customs Enforcement, ICE, which I know a lot of you have heard of lately, which is tasked with enforcing immigration laws within the U.S., including investigating violations and carrying out deportations when necessary. These agencies all are part of the Department of Homeland Security,